It looks like two former third and fourth round picks are potentially in danger of being cut from the Chicago Bears. So let's talk about this, people. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you guys are Bears fans, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. It does help me out a lot when you guys do so, and hit the bell icon so you are in fact notified every time I drop a new video. All right, so let's talk about this, all right? We're going to obviously have training camp starting soon, and before you know it, we got to come out with the 53-man roster, and I got two guys on the bubble right now that are former high draft picks that are probably not going to make the roster. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about defensive tackle Zacch Pickens, and I'm talking about wide receiver Tyler Scott. So both these guys from the 2023 draft. So I haven't been in the NFL long, and this is the reality of the NFL and reality of professional sports, man. In just 2 seasons, it could go from, hey, we drafted you to be part of the future, to, sorry, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Now let's start with Zacch Pickens. He just has not been productive. 1.5 sacks and 39 total tackles over 2 seasons. That's just not going to get it done. It doesn't help that he's missed time, right? He only played 9 games last season as he battled a groin injury. Now, look, obviously getting hurt sucks, and you don't want to blame the player, but it's just the reality of the situation. The best ability is availability, and Zacch Pickens just hasn't been available. And now you add increased competition to his position or to the D-line, and he's on the outside looking in, because I was just taking a look at an article in one of the Bears reporters, Kevin Fishbane. He basically had the following guys making the roster on the defensive line. All right, Montez Sweat, Grady Jarrett, Javon Dexter, Dio Digbo, Shamar Turner, Andrew Billings, Austin Booker, Dominique Robinson, and Chris Williams. All right, I'd probably tell you the first 6, 7 guys are locks, and then Dominique Robinson has really been impressive. Ben Johnson even mentioned how good he's been during OTAs and minicamp. So I think he's got a good shot of making the roster. So yeah, when I talk about the bubble, I truly do mean the bubble for Zacch Pickens, a former 3rd-round pick. I mean, this guy was a high draft pick. We thought he'd be a part of the future with Dexter. Both of these guys were going to be sort of, the guys in the inside of the D-line, just, wreaking havoc. And, Dexter's been a pleasant surprise, and he's got a bright future, and he's obviously on the upward trajectory. Pickens has been the opposite. So to me, if you ask me right now, I probably think he might sneak in as that last spot, but I very well could see him not making the team, and I wouldn't be shocked at all. All right, moving on to Tyler Scott here, wide receiver. He was the 4th-round pick in the 2023 draft. 1 catch. That's what he had last season, folks. 1 catch for 5 yards. Now, it is not his fault that the coaching staff had no use for him, as in they didn't know how to utilize him. But we've only added more weapons in the offseason, okay? And so just like how we talked about with the D-line, for the receiver room, I got Rome Odunze, I got DJ Moore, I got Luther Burden, I got Olamide Zaccheaus. I mean, these guys are stone cold locks, these 4 receivers. And then you got Devin Duvernay, who's probably going to be making the team because he has special teams ability. And then if you want to carry 6 receivers, then the conversation comes up about Tyler Scott. But then you also have a guy in Miles Boykin you signed as well, so he could potentially be there. The thing that hurts Tyler Scott is not just production, but versatility. Doesn't really play special teams, so he can't contribute there and make the team that way. And just overall, folks, like, at this point, you just got to go ahead and say, look, he's probably not going to go ahead and contribute. And if he does, that means 2 or 3 of our top receivers are out, and we got to, put him on the field that way. So similarly to Pickens, where, hey, I could see him getting that last spot, but to me, I think he's on the outside looking in. And I think, we carry 5 guys, and then if we do 6, I think Miles Boykin gets in. So, yeah, I don't think Tyler Scott makes the team. So, these 2 guys very much in danger of not making the team. And, again, that's the reality of the situation when it comes to the NFL, when it comes to draft picks, even high draft picks. Yeah, it's going to be tough. And here's the thing. I went back and took a look. Ryan Poles' hit rate on, the first 3 rounds, first 4 rounds, pretty decent so far. I didn't include this past year's draft, but we're going all the way back to his first draft. Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker were solid picks, and then you had Velus Jones Jr., which was a miss. That was a terrible miss. And then I don't think of that 4th-round pick that season, or that offseason. And then the next season, you had Darnell Wright, who was solid, Javon Dexter, who was solid, Tyreek Stevenson, who's been a little up and down, but he's been okay, and then Zacch Pickens, as I mentioned, and then Tyler Scott. So 2 misses right there. And then last season, Caleb, Rome, Kieran Amagaji, Torrey Taylor, and then Austin Booker. We'll see on Kieran again. He needs a little bit more time. Austin Booker's been okay. He's going to be a depth piece for sure, and then Torrey Taylor, he's our punter. So overall, I'm not too mad at it, that these guys didn't work out. I think Pickens hurts more than Tyler Scott because we just have so much talent at receiver, but certainly would have helped to have another interior defensive lineman. So let me know what you guys think about that. Leave a comment down below. I want to hear from you guys. Are you sad about Pickens and Scott being on the bubble? Did you have high hopes for these guys? If you did, let me know down below. Let's talk about it. As always, thanks for watching.